Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Can you guys imagine my shock and my horror when I looked up the new Dylan Mulvaney, Josh Saiter on Google and happened to come across an article that accused Josh Saiter of faking Josh's transition. Now, of course, the Daily Mail UK used the pronouns that Josh says that Josh goes by, the she, her business. Now, can you imagine how I must have been feeling? Because I made a video about Josh the other day and I couldn't believe for the life of me that it was real too, because it just seemed like a massive act, if you ask me, from the way that Josh was behaving, the way that Josh was acting, and what Josh was indeed saying. And more videos seem to be circulating of Josh. It looks more like a parody than anything else. But it seems like Josh is standing by Josh's guns and Josh's word. And it seems like Josh is indeed deciding to transition to being that of a woman. But this is not the first time that Josh Saiter has actually been caught up in this kind of controversy before, because alas, Josh was actually caught up in a death hoax not long ago. One of my followers, Josephine, she commented yesterday and said that she found that Josh was in fact deceased or passed away. And I did some research after that and not only found this article, but yeah, this is in fact very interesting because it seems like Josh is trying to gain more attention after the death hoax. And what better way to garner attention, ladies and gentlemen, than to decide that you want to transition to being a woman? So let's get into this article, shall we? Bachelorette star Josh Saiter is accused of faking. Love how they use the pronouns because, you know, one thing that we can't do is we can't actually say the truth about something. We've got to not say the truth and we've got to be polite and respectful, even though I don't think it's actually legitimate, but far be it from me to say that. Anyway, I'm not going to read out the business. Anyway, gender transition for seeking attention after death hoax scandal. But Josh says trolls are just jealous of Josh's beautiful looks. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all it's about. Can't you guys see that this is just so, it's funny to me. It really, really is funny. It's not sad. It's just funny. Like, I, for life of me, cannot believe this is actually going on. It seems more like a skit. What I said a moment ago about everything that Josh is saying. What person, and they're legitimately deciding that they want to, you know, I'm a woman, I'm doing this, and this, says this kind of stuff. Gee, I don't know. Josh, who decides to use she, her pronouns, announced Josh's plans to transition in May. The 37-year-old is now facing criticism from fans over Josh's decision. Gee, I wonder why that is. A former Bachelorette star has shocked fans of the franchise by coming out as transgender. First, Josh revealed that Josh was in fact bisexual. Now Josh wants to come out as being transgender. Can you imagine not just the fans' shock, but also my shock trying to figure out whether or not this is legitimate? It's a fun game. It really is. Josh Saiter, who now uses she, her pronouns, got to get those right, people, announced Josh's plans to transition to a woman back in May. While fans were initially supportive of the 37-year-old's decision, some have now questioned Josh's intentions and accused the reality star of trolling for attention. Because it doesn't seem legit. It really doesn't. Now, if it is legit, it's legit, but far be it from me to say otherwise. Just saying. Saiter, who was caught up in a death hoax last year, raised eyebrows in Josh's gender journey by refusing to shave Josh's body hair and claiming that Josh felt more femme when Josh wasn't wearing a wig. How about that, people? But putting on makeup first thing in the morning, that makes one feel more femme. And wearing women's clothing, that makes Josh feel definitely really femme. That's according to Josh. So it must be true. It must be real. Speaking to dailymail.com about the backlash, Saito insisted that Josh's transition was the real deal. Because what better way to cement everything than to actually say it's the real deal? What better way to garner more attention than say it's legit, people? It's legit. Otherwise, they wouldn't actually be making an article about this, and I wouldn't be having to make a video about this either. And Josh said that Josh's haters were just jealous of Josh's gorgeous, good looks. Here is a photo of Josh's gorgeous, good looks for you all. I'm getting lots of hate from the LGBTQ whatever community and people that fancy themselves gatekeepers, despite them preaching about love, tolerance, and acceptance. The Chicago native said, well, how about that, people? Maybe Josh is actually pointing to something very interesting indeed about how these people really do eat their own. Even if you claim to be real, you're the real deal, right? But you can't possibly be the real deal because you haven't shaven, you haven't worn a wig, you haven't done all the so-called necessary things that you need to do in order to be like a woman or act like a woman. No, it's more about speech patterns, and it's all about you choosing to identify as such. And if you say that you use she, her pronouns, then that must be legit. Must mean that you're a woman now, automatically. But the LGBT whatever community don't think it's legit, so they're attacking Josh, which I think is totally unfair, obviously. Why should the LGBT whatever community attack one of their own? That doesn't seem to make any sense, does it? Oh, could it be that the LGBT whatever community are just jealous of Josh's gorgeous, beautiful looks? I wonder. Big question, isn't it? I find it ironic. I do too, Josh. Thank you very much. That a movement that values freedom and charting our own unique path is also one of the most judgmental. So why do you want to be part of it exactly, Josh? Beats me. So maybe you're trying to point out the ironies and the flaws within this particular community. And so therefore your transition is definitely legit, isn't it, Josh? I've actually found a lot more support from my conservative friends than my so-called liberal friends. Well, how about that? See what I mean? Like why I don't actually believe that this is full on legit. The guy is a walking, talking contradiction in some points. Can you see why I'm going, okay? Saito said that Josh was largely unfazed by the backlash and rampant speculation about Josh's gender identity. I think most are just jealous that I am a beautiful trans woman. I'm very jealous of you, Josh. Significantly jealous of the nails and the makeup and the hair, the body hair. The body hair. My goodness. I noticed I look better than most of the trans women hating on me in my DMs and comments. This guy is a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun. So I think the hate is just jealousy disguised as concern. Saito sniped. Love how they put sniped. It's like bullseye, you know? It's sad my transition has so many people up in arms. Oh dear. They can't accept you, Josh. What does that tell you about the tolerant left? See more support from conservatives somehow than you are with the tolerant left. Amazing, isn't it? Saito first announced Josh's transition on May 20th in an open letter to Josh's 960,000 Instagram followers. I have struggled with my gender identity and resulting feelings of guilt and shame for as long as I can remember, Josh wrote at the time. I spent the last 3 decades trying to keep this side of me private. I felt I had no choice given my upbringing in a strictly religious conservative family, which is another reason why I think he's taking the mickey out of all this, but time will tell, won't it? Time will literally tell, indeed. Josh went on to share that Josh had projected the image of a strong, masculine son and brother to the world, but no longer wanted to hide Josh's true self. Isn't that like the tagline of everything these days? Well, Saito received an outpouring of support from fans at the time. The tide has shifted in recent weeks, with many accusing the Bachelorette alum of faking Josh's transition for clout. He's sick doing it for attention, one follower raged, while another wrote, this has to be social experiment to see our reactions. pretty much what I said yesterday, right? Another commented, if you are no longer a man, start shaving your face. The makeup and beard is not matching at all. Oh, that's a bit harsh, don't you think? Why would you say such a thing? Leave the poor individual alone. That would be nice, wouldn't it? These people just sound like they're really jealous of Josh's beautiful looks if they're saying for Josh to shave Josh's beautiful beard and not have face hair. Since starting Josh's transition, Saito has removed Josh's body hair, hasn't removed body hair or on the face. See, people, do you like this color on me? Great look, Josh. And I mean, you can't help but notice the faith tattoo, like right there. Could have lots of meaning, I guess. I'm going to keep it, Josh said in a recent video. I like my facial and body hair. It makes me feel comfortable. Yeah, I like my facial and body hair too. I'm not going to get rid of that. So it makes me feel soothed. It makes me feel safe. No, body hair makes people feel safe, but okay. And I like the way it looks. Whatever makes you sleep at night, mate. In a follow-up video titled, Stop Policing Women's Body Hair. Oh, again, this guy is a lot of fun. Saito lashed out at a criticism Josh received for sporting a 5 o'clock shadow. It's hair. I decide what I want to do with it. News flash. The term that I hate using, women have body hair. Trans women have body hair. It's a matter of what we're going to do with it, and it's nobody's business. Ah, boy. This guy's hilarious. Yeah, significantly more funny than Dylan Mulvaney, I'll have you know. In another Instagram video, Saito complained about women's clothing sizes after Josh's muscular 6-foot frame was unable to squeeze into a large house. Josh also said that it was unfair that Josh, as a transgender woman, had been forced to pay for dinner while on a date, which I made a video about yesterday. I just want to go on a date and have the man be a gentleman and treat me like a woman, Josh said. And so on it goes, ladies and gentlemen. It is a lot of fun. And another reason why I think this is all, well, speculation and fake and parody and whatever else and trying to take Mickey out of everything that's going on is, well, as we know, the controversy surrounding Planet Fitness. Josh would have known all of this. And evidently, guess which gym Josh attends? Planet Fitness. And the moment Josh told Planet Fitness that, hey, I identify as being a woman, Josh was allowed to enter into the female change rooms. You can imagine Josh's delight and joy. So have a watch of this video.
So not sure if you knew, but normally I wear contacts, but I ran out. So today I'm in glasses. I just got back from the gym, and I just want to say one thing I am truly grateful for is Planet Fitness. They have been awesome during my transition. Ever since I talked to management and let them know I was transitioning, they let me use the locker room that I identify with. So they have been fantastic. Little things like that just go a long ways in validating me and affirming me and letting me know that that's a safe space for me to exist in.
The way that Josh talks, it doesn't seem legitimate. I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem legit to me. Just doesn't, because it kind of seems like Josh is trying to act like a comedian in some ways, trying to, yes, garner attention, but also be funny at the same way or the same time. I don't know. Could be totally wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong. But for the time being, the more videos that come out and the more information that comes out, looks like I'm not the only one that thinks that Josh is faking the transition, but Josh will continue to be the new Dylan Mulvaney in some way, shape, or form. So anyway, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this one. You take care. You be blessed. I'll see you all in the next video.